You have two chances to join Michael Voris in Canada. The first in Ottawa on May 24th, and the second on May 26th in Toronto, where he'll be speaking about the new evangelization and living your faith with charity and boldness. For all the details, just click on either of the links in the description.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Vortex where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. Time to give a big hats off to a couple of bishops and a big thumbs down to some of the rebellious faithful. Two stories come to us. First, Bishop Robert Merlino of Madison, Wisconsin. A while ago, he brought some wonderful priests into the diocese from the Society of Jesus Christ the Priest, a group distinguished by its love for the traditional Mass and faithful adherence to church teaching, all of church teaching. He assigned them parishes, and that's when the brouhaha began. Catholics in the pews, spoon-fed decades of modernist trash as their diet of church teaching, rebelled, unable to recognize the authentic faith. And that shouldn't be seen as a surprise at all. The standard fare in the United States and other English-speaking countries around the world for the past nearly 50 years now has been a very Protestant-sounding, looking, and feeling version of the faith. So when priests who sound, look, and feel authentically Catholic in their liturgies and their devotions come to a parish, Catholics starved and brainwashed for a couple of generations aren't able to recognize them. The church of feel-good doesn't know what to make of Catholic priests who actually care for the souls of the parishioners and not their own personal popularity. So, predictably, parishioners have rebelled and launched a petition campaign and alleged all sorts of things either untrue or minor in their isolation in an effort to get the priests booted. Bishop Merlino responded by snapping vigorously to the defense of the priests. We've attached a link to his letter from 2010. But the sniping against the priests continued, prompting another letter from His Excellency just a couple months ago, and this one was much more direct. Again, a link is attached to this one as well. A telling line, however, came in his second letter, quote, "There is something greater than good feelings at stake, as good feelings come and go. The reality of following Jesus is not at every moment full of good feelings. Neither Jesus himself, in his human nature, nor Mary, nor the apostles were ever granted that gift of freedom from painful emotions." At last, a public statement, very public in a very public case, that this pandering to and theology of feelings is totally off the mark. But this is the sticky residue of modernist claptrap, like the sludge of a septic tank, that feelings are the primary and, in fact, only consideration when approaching the faith. If someone's feelings are hurt, then to blazes with the church's teachings. God bless Bishop Merlino. Clear and direct. We need much more of this, much more of this. Now, a few states away, a case from the same genre, ignorant Catholics from the feel-good church, don't hurt anybody's feeling church, has emerged. It appears that Bishop Martin Amos in Davenport, Iowa, recently learned of the case of Prince of Peace Catholic High School's plans to allow a gay rights group to present a scholarship to an openly homosexual graduating senior. When he learned of it, he put the brakes on the presentation, of course raising the ire of the feel-good theology crowd. It seems that, unknown to the bishop, the faculty and the administration at the school have been more than supportive of the homosexual students' public choices to identify as gay, expressing their admiration in the form of allowing him to attend prom with his homosexual boyfriend. When it came time for the student to apply for the scholarship from the homosexual group, the faculty was all supportive and even wrote letters of recommendation to help him get the scholarship. So now, of course, there is dismay and gnashing of teeth and recriminations and the playing out of the great drama of victimhood on the part of all those opposed to the bishop and the church's teaching. Hats off again to Bishop Amos. He has done the right thing. Despite the mean things being said about him, he's done the right thing. Saying the truth and, most importantly, doing the right thing will always bring down vitriol on the person saying it, especially if it's something to do with God, and most especially if it's something to do with the truth of the Catholic faith. It's going to take a long time to re-educate Catholics who have been poisoned for 50 years with modernism, including many of the clergy. Some, clergy and laity, will most likely, sadly, go to their graves unwilling to let go of their counterfeit beliefs. Nevertheless, the truth must be said loudly and clearly, regardless of the blowback and the name-calling and the recriminations. Truth is truth, and truth must be the first and last consideration, not how people are going to feel. Here's a news flash. Feelings have nothing to do with the faith. They never have. That's a Protestant notion. The Catholic faith is all about truth. All the rest are about feelings. We hear that quite clearly when our blessed Lord says, "Take up your cross daily and follow me." Heaven is the goal, not feeling good in this life. God love you. I'm Michael Voris.
Become a premium member on RealCatholicTV.com today. Not only will you learn about the one true faith, just think of all the new friends you'll make.